At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. The added mission sequence the engine's now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit, and we have a liftoff. Moving back. Saturn 5 lifting off with power.
And we're back. This is 105.9 The Radiator. Good evening once again. It's The Rocket Shop. I'm your host, Tom Proctor, and we're back now with Late Night Sneaky Uncle. Hello.
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 How are you all this evening?
We are wonderful. Thank
Peachy.
you.
Good stuff.
It's
I've
nice to be
been
here.
warned you guys are being quite loud. Sorry, I'm prepared.
I don't think we're that loud.
I was just trying to.
At least the three of us have been in a band that was much louder before.
Well, having a listen to you guys practice, I think we should be okay. We've had, I think, a 12 piece is the maximum we've had in this space before, and we survived that one. So maybe you guys can make more noise than them, but we'll see. We like kicking off with a song. So what you guys got for us?
This is a combination of Bicentennial into Us. Friends, Romans, and an aging David Crosby, swarming and swirling and trumpulating and pelosing in a mismatch void, a Mick void, as we think with the tears rolling down our cheeks. Let us reminisce. It's been so many years we've spent to make our way here, and now on this grand day we can raise our heads and finally say, now we stand on the apex from which our buttons and screens can see for us. It's the pinnacle of our achievement. Now we can order and plan for everyone. The mounting specter stood so high. The gulf between us was not so wide as the spoilers measured on the map, nearly pulling us into that deadly trap of questioning what we've decided to do, of doubting if our claim were true that the Nazis were on the other side, that the bludgeoning was needed for the future of everyone. Us going to the city.
You walk your path,
Us is going to the beyond.
part fool,
Us is going to make things pretty.
stepping off the edge of a
Us
cliff,
is long and thin and blonde.
dog by your feet.
Us is rattling the Gatlins.
Raving at your head,
Us is leveling the field.
China in your
Us
nose,
is rounding up and fattening.
grain in your mouth,
Us is counting up the yield.
tobacco in your teeth.
Oh, show me the way to the next
show me
Third World
the
War.
way to the
Oh, show
next
me
Third
the
World
way
War.
to the
Oh, show
next
me
Third
the
World War.
to the
Oh, show
next
me.
Third
Oh,
World
show
War.
me. Oh, show me
the way to the next
me.
Third World War. To the next Third World War.
Us is grating up the refuse.
Stick in your hand,
Us is shredding them to meal.
hate in your belly.
Us is late night sneaky uncle.
You cry to the wind.
Us is grinding under heel.
Where is my truck?
Wow. Bicentennial and Us there by Late Night Sneaky Uncle. That was quite an epically long song.
It's actually
You've heard
two
nothing
in
yet.
one. It's two songs actually.
Yeah.
Well, first question would be, tell me a little bit about the history of Late Night Sneaky Uncle, and especially the history behind the name, which I wasn't even sure I was allowed to say.
Once upon a time, about probably actually starting to get up close to 20 years ago, we were having one of our sort of conversations, and then out of Anne Marie's mouth was all of a sudden Late Night Sneaky Uncle.
I can't actually take credit for it. It's a line from Con Air that I vaguely remember, but basically I think Steve Buscemi is describing like why a criminal, like the criminal in Con Air, might be so awful. And one of the things that glibly rolls out off of his mouth is that he might have had a late night sneaky uncle. And I was like, oh God, I don't know what that means, but I totally know what that means. So
And then-
I loved it. It was so provocative. So
And then I think I got fixated. I said, that'd be a great name for a band. That'd be a
right,
great name
and then
for a
we
band."
started thinking about Uncle Sam, like the government is like your late night sneaky uncle
Okay.
who totally is like destroying you and climbing into bed with, horrible people and doing horrible things, and it just kind of,
There's
What do you
definitely
mean?
like a
What are you
double
trying to say?
entendre kind of
yes,
element to
definitely,
it.
definitely. Also, we would like everybody to show us on the doll where late night sneaky uncle touched your inner child. So
So that's the name sorted. How did the rest of the band come together?
he was my
Us
professor.
three at Burlington College. We started doing stuff together. We did Pig Roast in the early 90s.
And by stuff, he means music.
Pig Roast
Drinking
crashed.
horrible beer.
Peter joined us for Cranial Perch, which we did for 4 years, which Spike remembers from Daily Planet days working there. And then Cranial Perch finally crashed, and we sort of had life like children and stuff to take care of. And
then I met Spike because a friend of mine asked me to be in his band Dirt War, and then we pulled him into our band, and then
as it said on the bio, I threatened Spike.
Peter knew each other from high school.
High school, yeah. High school age. And Pete and I ran into each other in the Jericho market.
And nobody was hurt miraculously,
No one was
thank
hurt,
God.
And we ended up being in.
Well, we were in a high school band.
We were in a high school band.
And never
yeah.
played.
Yeah. Well, but we would rehearse at my parents'
Yeah.
place. And Toby, actually, who's doing the video, hi Toby, he came over one afternoon. So
And I played in a band with him called Green Tuxedo in 1986 to 1990. High school band.
Well,
We never wore green tuxedos.
So-
Pete and I are in another band, and then we all did a project together. What, about 2 years ago? Or not?
3 years ago, yeah, we did. Yeah, at
It was more of a hip hop thing, but
hip-hop.
that was beautiful.
yeah.
So it's a bit of a Frankenstein.
So this lineup is
monster
about
of
3 years, I think.
Yes.
various dead bands and appendages of said dead bands that have now been stitched together, and
We are the exquisite corpse. That's what we are.
It's the $6 million band.
That's what we get paid.
So yeah, tell me a little bit more about the creative force behind the band. There was some political overtures at the very beginning of Bicentennial. You've already mentioned that Late Night Sneaky Uncle has a bit of a kick in the chops to old Uncle Sam there with the name itself. So does politics drive this creative force, or is there kind of other elements that I'm missing? Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, those songs, it just sort of all goes into a vat and gets sort of mixed up. And actually, political stuff is more open. It's not specifically topical, usually.
Except for all the stuff we've been writing about Trump without saying his name, but we're not going to do that. No,
Well,
I think-
except those, I mean, Bicentennial was actually written during Gulf War I,
That's right.
but it's twice actually felt like it was more about what's happening
Right,
now
really
than it was
relevant.
then.
And I think there is, I would like to say that there's some dark brooding stuff underneath, which was mine, not
Yeah.
yours, because I don't think you're a brooding depressive, but But then, and also there's some acid involved, but not right now, because
We're going with the flow. We're going in the moment. I think is what it is.
yeah,
So, do you guys
insurrection. That's the guiding force, maybe.
are you continuing writing? I did look online, and you had some songs out in 2017. Have you got new songs? Are you creating new songs, or are you taking everything that you created in the past? Sounds like 30 years, and playing those
New
great
stuff,
hits?
new stuff. I mean, I didn't want to do Son of Cranial Perch and do a whole bunch of Cranial Perch songs. Although Bicentennial was on the Cranial Perch CD back in the 90s, but
Us is new.
is
That's
new.
new. We've got a lot of new
Recorded-
material
recorded
now.
About 6 months ago.
It took us an hour to decide which songs we were going to play here because we wanted to play a bunch of new stuff, but we're still feeling our way into those.
So you've been recording new songs. Does this
Yes.
mean there's a new album coming out?
You feel that?
We want to like compile all of our live stuff that we've done in the last year and make a vinyl, perhaps, that we will present to the Burlington community.
I see.
And we do want to go in and do one fell recording session and do it very quickly. Or anyway, that's how I like to do recording: is go in and do it as fast as possible and get out.
Then we'd like to tour.
Yes,
In Europe.
in Europe.
Okay. Well,
In Ukraine, actually,
would it
I want to do Ukraine.
would it be a stadium tour, or would you?
I think it's going to be mostly dive bars. Yeah.
Dive bars and empty stadiums.
You're not allowed in unless you're a lighter.
We need
That's
an echo
right.
chamber.
So what prompted you to get back into the studio? Why was now the time?
Oh, the material's there. The band's working. You know.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of material that we have written and been performing over the past 5 years. I think that just really needs to get recorded. I feel like then we can start writing more stuff. I can't move on until it's like
okay, so
on
it's, you
saved for
basically.
posterity.
I
Yeah.
see. You need to clear the blockages, effectively.
That's right. That's right. A little tabular acid.
I think what's neat is, I mean, Spike and I are the most recent members of the band, and so even when they play older stuff, we're not necessarily familiar with the versions that they do. And I would say that part of the balancing act of the whole thing is that the songs have I mean, Jamie writes the songs, and we know the skeletons, and we know the changes and stuff like that, but it can be pretty different every time depending on moods and feels and stuff like that. So it's kind of balancing how out we want to take things versus how calm or square or whatever you want to
Jazz
call
hands.
it. Yeah, jazz hands.
And you mentioned.
Yeah, I like for learning if it's something old. Actually, it's ideal is to have someone learn it without listening to the recording, so they don't know what someone else played on it before.
And you mentioned you've been playing a lot live in the past 5 years. Are you primarily Burlington based? Are you playing in the venues around here, your Nectars, your Sidebars, and your Radio Beans, or have you been going further afield?
That's been a whole bit. No, I mean we did it at Radio Bean. We
Radio Bean,
played
Monkey
to
House.
Monkey House, Swan Dojo, that one night, and Pete's birthday party.
Yeah, that was a limited edition of people.
That's right.
Well, owing to the fact that I know some of your songs go on for a little while, I'll probably say we've got time for about one more song. Is before I let you guys go, is there anything you'd like to plug or anything you'd like to promote? For example, the album that will be, well, not created yet, so maybe not that one, but any shows coming up?
So what we're trying to do is get these recordings and get this live show out, and then what we'll do is we get this recording, we can go and promote it with probably Monkey House, the Lamp House, or the
Light Shop.
and
Radio
Bean, and just get a bunch of shows going on this winter into the summer. And so that's our plan.
All right. So basically, watch this space, late
Like
night
the
sneak
live
inkle.
recording element,
Right.
you know, to us that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, so if you want to be part of Late Night Sneaky Uncle's record, come out and see you guys and be part of that whole experience.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out for you in the local scene. What song have you got to play us out with?
This is called Buffalo, which actually was the first song that the two of us actually wrote collaboratively, now quite a while ago. And I usually introduce a song by saying, we want you to listen to the words of this song and act accordingly.
That's right.
And we don't know, we're not sure if this one's political or not.
Or if it's even you listen to on the radio, we'll find out now.
That's right.
No swear words.
So let's see, this is try and get my rhythm so I do this right. Are we ready?
Yes. You don't love me, but I don't care, 'cause I'm wearing boys' underwear. Take your buffalo out of my eye, and I will lie down with you. Put your TV on the ceiling, and I will stop my screaming. You sent me packing far too many times. I can't keep up with you. I've got to stop this bleeding. I'll catch my breath and tie my shoes. Pull the log out of my eye. There's a hole where I was seeing you. Step on my soul and you'll say that all I need is a Bible. Whoa. Looking in the mirror, inflating myself. I can't keep up with me. I just keep on coming. I'll catch my breath and tie my shoes. I took my head off and floated out to space. Your dog keeps licking the place where I
to Uranus. You blow your bubbles, I'll pass on through. Take your sternum out of my bed, and I will lose unto your head. Pour my blood out on your pancakes, and I'll stick inside you. Oh, filling up your body, incorporating myself. My soul keeps sticking to your tongue that keeps on licking. There'll be no trouble, I'll melt and then I'll bubble. I've gone electric, a part of you.
Buffalo by Late Night Sneaky Uncle. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks
for having
for
us.
having us.
Not at all. And let us know when that new album comes out, and might get you back on again.
Excellent. Thank you.
Join us next week where we'll be having Pattern Addict in as well as 2 Cents in the Till. This has been 105.9 The Radiator. I have been your host, Tom Proctor. And good night.